In this episode of Carnage, we're going to fix the turbo taxi.
So last episode, we crashed the taxi, and now it's time to rebuild. As you can see, there was a fair amount of damage. It probably would have been cheaper to buy another Falcon, but where's the fun in that? First up, we needed to assess the damage by removing all the old metal, so let's start tearing it down.
Poor old intercooler's a bit stuffed. Hi. She broke. We're going to need a new condenser.
So we have removed all the damaged material at the front and we're up for a few parts like thermofans, radiator, condenser, and this front bar support which is spot welded across the front of the chassis rails, but that'll be easy enough to replace. Our main concern though was when we lifted the bonnet and we saw the engine laying over like that, and that was a real worry because we thought, what caused that? You know, are the chassis rails bent or anything like that? And it turns out, no, everything underneath is mint. So the problem was we had two broken engine mounts. This one is the worst of the two, and it's sitting about 1.5 inches down, and that's why the engine is leaning over the way it is. That one's broken as well, but not as bad. But we will replace both of them with these tough mounts, which we've had there for, well, a little while. Been looking for an opportunity to install them. Well, now is the time, and look at that. That is a solid bit of gear. We're never going to break that.
So we've got our tough mounts in, engine's all nice and level, solid in place. So, job done. Now we've just got to rebuild the rest. That's gonna be fun.
What are the chances? This is perfect.
How good is this? So we've got
Oh
a
my
guard
God.
that's ready to come off, door, bonnet, another guard.
It's literally got everything.
Yep.
We don't even need to get stickers again.
I love that someone's already done most of the work for us, you know, so let's put one bolt here and there'll be one bolt in there and then a bolt down there and this guard will come on. Look at that. Pre-stickered and everything. Doesn't match our stickers. Need the bumper support and a few other things. Oh, the door. Need the door. Definitely need a door. That's cool.
That took 1.5 minutes. Clearly Scotty has had some practice.
Oh. It's time to operate. Some of. we just got to fit them in the car. Hey, so we're on to the bodywork. There's my little spot weld drill. Been drilling out some spot welds, already done this side. So we're going to do this side now. So basically, got to drill out all the spot welds holding on the bumper support. Alright, runs across the front of the chassis rails. The chassis rails aren't bent, thankfully. So we're going to have to just, remove all the old metal, clean it up. Then we'll get the new bumper support, which you can buy brand new, thankfully. So new bumper support across there. Then we'll spot weld it back on. I have to beg, borrow or steal a spot welder from somewhere. And we'll get that on. Then we've got to look at these headlight bracketry which runs across here. And that's going to be fun. That's all plastic. I'm not sure how we get that off, but we'll work it out. So the only problem with a spot weld drill is that they go blunt pretty quick, and they're $30 a pop.
Hey guys, so it's been a hell of a week. We've been to the wreckers, got our pieces like our cross beam here for the front, got all the panels, got a new radiator, another condenser, got another intercooler. So we've got pretty much all the parts we need to put the taxi back together, and we're 3 weeks out from Summernats, so we don't have a lot of time. I want to knock most of it over this weekend, Saturday morning at the moment. So I want to do Saturday, Sunday on the car, get most of this knocked over, specifically welding the new piece across here. Borrowed a spot welder off a guy, Jake, legend. So we're going to re-spot weld that across there, and I've got to cut this radiator support out as well and weld that in, and I've got a MIG there that I borrowed from MPW. So lots to do. Let's not talk about it, let's just do it.
Ye old flappy disk.
So that's approximately where we need our support beam to be, but we'll do some measurements and get it in the right place exactly, and then we'll start doing some spot welding. That'll be fun. Just like I bought one. Okay, so here's when things get a little bit tricky. We've got to cut this top radiator support out completely so we can get all our new headlight bracketry and that out. So Ford in their wisdom have permanently affixed all this plastic headlight bracketry to this top radiator support, which is welded in place. So what we're going to have to do is cut there and cut there, and then get our new piece and then trim the ends off it, which I've cut all the way out there. So trim the new piece so I can slot in there, and then I can butt weld it in there with the MIG. But I've got to cut. Brave new world. Here we go. There we have it. One old radiator support, and that one can go in the bin. Cool.
like a glove.
Like I bought one. Little bit of paint and should be right to go. I'm not going to win any awards, but it's not too bad. It's solid, it's there, it's ready to rebuild. So we'll let that dry and then we'll start putting some parts back on, I reckon. Woohoo! Time for some new parts. Brand new lower radiator support. I need that because like this. We're going to have to cut that support out, which is a real shame, seems brand new and unbroken, but we need to cut that out so we can fit our intercooler in there. We'll have this thing up and boosting in no time. So what we've got here is a fairly ugly looking dent where the tree has hit the door and just smacked the outer part of the sill. It hasn't bent the inner part of the sill, so it's only cosmetic damage, but it looks a bit ugly. So what I'm going to do is tack weld a couple nuts along this part here and then use a slide hammer to pull the dent out. We'll see how we go with that. I've never actually done this before, so it's going to be a bit of an experiment. That's very different. Looks 1000% better than it did. so this is pretty much the last piece of the puzzle. It's the side skirt off the passenger side. Yes, I've already given it a bit of a rub back, and I have given it a coat of primer, even though it does not look it. The primer's some clear primer, which is weird. So it doesn't look like there's anything on it at the moment, but it's there. So I've got some paint mixed up. We'll see how good the boys did. Let's see where we're at. Alright, it's definitely yellow. Smells like banana. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Oh. Mmm. I love banana. So we'll let that dry for a sec, and well, cheers. It is New Year's Eve. That's right, we're only 3 days out from Summernats, or 3 days until we gotta leave for Summernats. Cheers. Oh, yeah.
G'day, it's Telfo, we're at Street Machine Summernats 31. I've just driven up in Turbo Taxi. Scotty spent his whole Christmas holidays repairing the car after pranging it at Street Machine Drag Challenge. New panels, new intercooler, new wheels and tyres, the whole works. She's running like a dream. We've just gone through scrutineering, so make sure the car is all safe to participate in Summernats. So we're going to go out, have a fat time. But of course, as always, Scotty's just hanging out to get it back on the track and get that 11-second pass.
Which one do I take first? I think I'll do taxi first.
This will be easier.
So we had our first crack at the slalom, did 32 seconds, but I found the taxi either massively understeers or wildly oversteers. There's kind of no in between. So this next run I might try a little bit calmer and see what we do there, but it may not be as exciting to watch, but yeah, give it a crack. 30.3, 2 seconds quicker. That's actually pretty good. That's not bad. The time to beat.
What did you get?
30.1, wasn't it?
Alright, I'm probably just going to go for flamboyance.
Oh, okay. Do not wreck it.
No trees here.
No trees. So I did a 23 in the Mazda before. Aiden just had a crack at the taxi, did a 25. So that's sort of the time to beat for the taxi. We'll see how we go. But I had the traction control on, kept cutting all the power, so... Excuses. Hey guys, so we are back from Summernats and we had a blast there doing the go to woe, doing the dyno, all that sort of stuff. Everyone loved the turbo taxi and it was really good to have it back on the road, all back together again. But we need to get back into it. We're going to take this thing to Calder Park tonight, hopefully run 11s. It's stupidly hot today, it's like 42 degrees, but they're saying a cool change will come through later on, so that will give us some cool temps, hopefully run the numbers we need. But of course, in true Carnage fashion, on the way to work this morning, one of the injectors died. So this is the third time we've had an injector die on this thing. So it's going to take about 10-15 minutes to change, so we might as well show you what that involves, but also give you a listen to how bad this thing is when an injector dies. You can hear one of the injectors isn't playing the game. It's a very loud ticking noise. Normally they are quite loud anyway, but there's one that's definitely making a noise. So what we're going to do is go through and disconnect each injector and we'll find out which one's working. It sounds like it's up the back here. No, it's not that one. Alright, so it's definitely not that one because you can hear the revs drop when I disconnected it. The revs pick up again. So we're listening for the ticking noise. And that's the one. Yeah. So that's one making the noise, so that's the dead one. Because these are LPG injectors, they've got all these extra little tabs on them that have to be cut away because our loom uses petrol injector harnesses. So basically, yeah, we're going to cut these little extra tabs away. So I'm just going to have to shave them away with a little knife so we can get our harness on there. It's just venting the last of the gas. Alright, let's make sure we get the right injector out. There we go. For some reason they use 2 O-rings on the base of these. Okay, so that one should be right to go in. So now we've done that, we'll fire her up. Basically, tonight's the night. If it doesn't run 11s tonight, then we're sticking the second set of injectors in it anyway and going for it. Way too hot to be doing this. I didn't even look at the boost that time, so we're getting called forward. See if I can just foot brake it. Okay, so we've let the temperature cool down a bit. It's still not as cool as it could be, but we'll let it cool down quite a bit. We'll see how we go this time. We did a 12.7, a 12.8. Want at least under a 12.5 while the sun's up. Theory on why it didn't run very quick last time and why it's probably a bit down on the numbers. We had a good play at Summernats in the dirt, and I figure the air filter's probably chock-a-block full of dust at the moment. So if it doesn't come up on boost properly this run, we'll go back to the pits, rip the filter off, and then see what it does. So we've just pulled the lid off the filter box, and if you look down here on the filter, it is jam-packed full of crap at the moment. So yeah, I reckon we'll pull that off and see if that helps us build boost. But yeah, that can't be helping. Hopefully, now it can gather enough air to give us the RPM off the line that we need. Alright, here we go. This another crack, giving it a little bit of a cool down, not much, and I'm about to get smashed by a little MX-5 with a turbo 1.8. The thing's running 10s. So there we have it, guys. We've made 7 passes tonight. Best run of 12.49. It didn't make it the 11s, and it looks like it's not going to do it with a single set of injectors, because I don't care what happens now, we're putting a second set of injectors in this thing and cranking the boost up, because that's the problem. At the moment, we can only feed it enough fuel for 13 pounds boost, and it needs more. It needs more boost. So what we need to do is give it more fuel. So we need that second set of injectors and feed it. Just got to feed it, just got to send it. So anyway, 12.49, it's all right. It's still 26 degrees. So it is still pretty warm tonight, and the card ran 12.0 in 3 degrees, so you work it out. If we had, 10 degrees air temps, we'd probably be down the 11s. But anyway, coulda, woulda, shoulda. We're not running 11s this episode, but anyway, catch us next time when we send it.